Farther along will understand why. Cheer up, my brother, live in the sunshine. We'll understand it all by and by.
What about choice motivates me? Wow. That's a surprisingly hard question for someone that does this for a living. I am a lobbyist, a pro-choice lobbyist. I kind of organize NOW's activist work in Kansas. I guess that's a really interesting, because I don't have the experiences, even the vicarious experiences, that a lot of people think motivate someone to do this. I guess for me, I see choice as connected to all other forms of injustice, as it relates to gender, as they relate to all these other issues. And I see it as so important. I mean, how can we ever expect to have control over our wages and our professions and all the other aspects of life if we can't even have control over our own bodies? And I guess we always talk about the opposition, and I see them as being the most vocal about this, which I think is really interesting, because I think it's symbolic, not just symbolic. But I think the anti-choice movement is kind of the voice of the broader movement, and it's kind of a larger issue of not trusting women, period, to make decisions, period. And that's where I find the big problem. It's about more than abortion or contraception or any of those one little thing. It's about valuing women. When we're talking about the other side, we see how they're so ideological and they're not thinking about real people. But I also think it's really valuable for people doing this work, you know, working towards reproductive freedom, to also hear the stories. Because you get into this work because of the people, but then you get wrapped up in this, you know, adversarial mindset where it's all about us versus them, and who is going to win this little fight, and not thinking about the actual people we're working for. I think you actually develop a kind of numbness. So I think we need to be free to experience the stories. It fuels your fire. And burnout is an easy thing to come by when you are a pro-choice lobbyist in a place like Kansas.